This is perfect. The Ducks make a major signing. We get into exactly how that's going to affect the team in this upcoming season in this edition of Ducks Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 5%, the ones who are watching these videos, who have already hit the sub button. But 94% you have not subscribed yet. Not sure why. We are the newest Anaheim Ducks YouTube channel, bringing you every day Anaheim Ducks content. We're the best team in California, and it's going to be a super fun season. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. But let's get right into the story. As we know, today the Ducks made a huge signing. They signed Mikael Granlund, big signing from Dallas. As we know, Granlund is a player that has, bounced around his career, and now he has chosen the Ducks as his next destination. 3 years, $7 million a year, $21 million guaranteed to Granlund, which is obviously a large amount. It's a big price tag for sure. Ducks very committed here to Granlund, and I don't think anybody around the NHL expected Granlund to get this amount of money this year in the offseason, right? It's just crazy how much money the Ducks ended up paying Granlund, and there's no way the Dallas Stars would have been able to afford him, right? I mean, the Dallas Stars had to let him go basically because of salary cap issues. This is where, Gary Bettman's salary cap works out, because teams like the Ducks, who are on the rebuild, with $30 million in cap space, can, make moves like this and, somewhat overpay for players. But this would have never happened before, that lockout in 2004, 2005. There's no way, right? I mean, Dallas would have re-signed Granlund, no problem. But now with the salary cap, being the way it is, teams like the Ducks can jump in and make these kind of moves. And, the Ducks really have put themselves in a very good position for next year with this signing. Granlund is a 3-time 20-goal scorer, finished with 22 goals, 66 points last year. Starting out with the Sharks, then he was traded to the Stars, had a playoff run last year with Dallas. Of course, played with a lot of Finnish players there on the Stars, Heiskanen and Roope Hintz and Lindell and Mikko Rantanen, the Finnish Mafia, right? He was part of all those players on Dallas, and now he will be with the Ducks. Granlund is a player that could be used down the middle, up the middle, or on, the wing as well. So Ducks have that flexibility. But like this ESPN article says, the Ducks definitely are a contender now for a wild card spot. Last year finished 16 points behind the St. Louis Blues for that final spot. But I think this year the Ducks, got to agree, have to be a contender for the wild card spot. What do you think? Does the Granlund signing, does the Mikael Granlund signing make the Ducks a contender for the playoffs? Do you think it's enough for the Ducks to be a playoff team in the upcoming season? Do they still need to make more moves? I think it's a great signing for the Ducks. I think the Ducks are doing everything they can to once again be a playoff team, right? I mean, the Ducks had to go out and spend some money to make this deal. I mean, maybe they spent too much, right? I mean, I think some people might say that the Ducks overpaid for Granlund, right? And it's going to be hard to move Granlund if this guy doesn't work out, right? I mean, if the Ducks and Granlund are not the right fit, good luck trying to trade this contract, right? 3 years, $21 million. Good luck trading that next year. I don't think Granlund's getting traded next year. I think no matter what happens next year with the Ducks, Granlund will be with the team the entire season, because it's just so much money that the Ducks owe him now, right? I mean, it's a lot of money. I don't know if any other team is going to want to take that on, when it comes to, the salary cap and all that, right? I mean, and is Granlund really at 33 years old worth $7 million a year? I think that's something that everybody has to think about. Now, hopefully Granlund plays above his ability and lives up to the contract, but that is definitely going to be a concern for sure moving forward, like this article, which we're going to get into here from The Athletic. But let's talk a little bit more about how, Granlund, like Kreider, like Trouba, is going to help change the Ducks culture, right? It's going to change the Ducks culture, make them a contender for the playoffs. Defensively, sure, he has problems like the other guy that just got traded, Zegras, and hopefully, he can, figure it out. At 33 years old, he's not going to be a defensive guy. I mean, this guy is all about offense. Granlund is not here to play, ultra good defense here. He's here to score and, pick up points and assists, right? And hopefully be part of the power play, and, make the Ducks dangerous once again with the extra man. It's been a struggle for them as of late, getting those special teams going. So, Granlund is an exciting signing. It's super fun, the Ducks, to have a player like this. This article from The Athletic says he works best on the wing, which, makes sense, playing with Chris Kreider down the middle, Granlund on the wing. Because you imagine a couple players, brand new players with the Ducks, and, along with Leo Carlsson, right? What a line that could be with Carlsson, Granlund, and Kreider. The top line for the Ducks, I think I would sign up for that. I think the Ducks can be a dangerous team, with that sort of, a lot of speed. As we know, Granlund still, despite his age, still brings a lot of speed to the table. This article says he is not worth $7 million, but with the Ducks having approximately set $30 million, like I said, in salary cap space, it doesn't matter, right? The Ducks need to spend money. They need to go out, be aggressive, and get players, and try to be a team that's going to contend for the playoffs. Because next year, the Ducks, as they are currently constructed, you don't expect them to win the division, right? You don't especially with Mitch Marner going to Vegas. It's going to make the Pacific Division even tougher. With one of the hottest free agent signings, one of the biggest free agent signings for sure for this off season, right? Marner going to the Knights really makes things, I think, more difficult in the division, right? So the Ducks, I think, with Granlund, are a team that can contend for a playoff spot. I really do think so. What does everybody think, though? Do you think this guy fits in with the Ducks? I think he really fits in with the players they already have, right? The Ducks have a mix of young guys, and now they're starting to get a little older, right? With Kreider and Trouba and Granlund, and you're starting to get a bit older, right? And Peter Mrazek, a veteran as well, joining this team. So the Ducks are starting to build and add these NHL, not stars. You can't say this team is, Kreider, was a big star in the NHL a few years back. Last couple years, he has been on the decline. But the Ducks are starting to add, players that you would say are NHL, regulars, right? Because, a couple years ago, we had a AAA hockey team out there. And that was rough to watch. The Ducks are not like that anymore. Now they have, a good mix of young guys with older players, and hopefully they're not done yet. And I just wish the Ducks, go out and get a little more physicality. I do think we need to get a little more, just a little bit more, right? I still think the Ducks are still a finesse team. They still lack a bit of size. They definitely need to get that fixed soon, right? I think the Ducks, even though hockey is not as physical as it once was, I still think the Ducks need to get a bit more physical if they want to someday be a powerhouse again, which hopefully everybody believes they will. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Ducks. Woo!